Also, look at that. Okay, let me just say this before I give a whole subscribe read here, and you guys should subscribe to the channel. We started this channel just a couple of months ago, and it was hovering, for the first couple days and weeks, 300, then we got to 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my gosh, then we got to 5,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden we're at 7,735. So if you're new, I know a lot of you guys are subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, we do live videos here. Obviously, we're doing one right now. We cover the Niners so in depth here. Let's get to 10K. How about we get to 10K before the Cardinals game? That's realistic, right? It's like a week and a half. Go ahead and subscribe. I want to see 8,000 at least by the end of this video. That's like 300 people. Come on, 8,000 at least by the end of this video. Again, hashtag 49ers to keep getting your questions in down below. I'm going to answer as many as we can do. Kevin Jimenez, he's asked questions on here before. Do you believe Greenlaw can be elite in the half of the season? Elite, no. Can he be serviceable, decent, and good? Yes, 100%. I fully believe in him. The Niners draft class, if you look at what they did this year, did an excellent job. And the fact that you can have Greenlaw, a 5th-round draft pick, putting him in right now and having the confidence to fill in for Kawan shows how great they did drafting this year. Shout out to John Lynch. Okay, let's see. It's always super chat question here. All right, are we trading for OBJ in 2020? Oh man, you see the most recent news that OBJ not happy in Cleveland? Shocker, because they're terrible, right? Boy, okay, let me just ask this. What would it cost would be what I would want to know. I'm not giving up a first-round draft pick for OBJ. OBJ proven being on a good team, at least talent-wise, with a decent quarterback talent-wise, he hasn't produced this year. Like, they're doubling him. They're not throwing his way. If you could get OBJ, let's say for a third-round pick, I would do it. I wouldn't do it for a first, and I would have to really think about it for a second. He's expensive, and as we've seen, he's kind of a locker room problem, right? He's not at the Antonio Brown level right now, but he's still kind of a locker room guy that you just don't want to mess up this locker room. Plus, Jalen Hurd will be back for sure in 2020. I think he's going to be pretty good. So him, they re-sign Emmanuel Sanders, which they should have done already, but they haven't. So do that, and then I'm fine. But again, I would, as much talent as I can get, I would do it for a third or worse. I would not do it for a second or a first. Good question, though. Appreciate the super chat there. Angel Casiano says, you think Kyle Shanahan is going to get coach of the year? He better. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to think who else would legitimately be coach of the year. You can make the case for Harbaugh in Baltimore because what they've done with Lamar Jackson. You can make that case. You can really make the case for, I'm blanking on the Packer head coach, but you can make the case for him because the Packers have been playing pretty well. Oh, yeah, Matt LaFleur would be his name. No, I think it's going to be Kyle Shanahan 100%. If we get anything more than 11 wins, it has to be Kyle Shanahan. Like, the only way Kyle Shanahan does not win it is if they magically go, 10-6 or whatever, and we lose a bunch of games going forward. But no, I think he has to. Just where we were last year to where we are this year, it's ridiculous. What awards do you think Bosa will get at the end of the season? 100% defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year, easily. Defensive player of the year, it's not quite there. There have been some better defensive players so far this year. He's for sure getting defensive rookie of the year. The 7 sacks. I always like to admit whenever I'm wrong, because I'll call people out when they're wrong. I was 100% wrong on Nick Bosa's stats this year. I said after the draft, I was like, listen, I love Nick Bosa. He's got a great, but no rookie defensive end ever gets more than like 7 sacks in a year. The only one who has had double-digit sacks is Bradley Chubb of Denver, who's out for the year right now with an injury. And Bosa's proved me wrong. Happily, I'm glad he has proved me wrong, but 7 sacks is unbelievable. He's been an absolute baller. It does help, though, when you have superstars all around him. Rookie defense, yes, this is the same question here. Defensive rookie of the year, 100%. This is for sure. I do not know about defensive player of the year. There have been some other really good players in the NFL. This is easy. Seahawks, right? At least for Monday. What do you guys think? Which NFL team do you guys hate the most? I'm seeing some of these ones come in here. Let me know what you guys think. I see Seahawks there coming up, of course. Seahawks is pretty easy to hate. I mean, the Rams, we don't like the Rams, obviously. At least I don't like the Rams, but the Rams are not a big threat, in my opinion, this year. Seattle is a real threat. So if I'm going right now, 100% the Seahawks. Someone just said the Raiders. Oh, boy, don't tell Mitch there. Okay, yeah, the Raiders. I'm seeing some Rams in there as well. Yeah, I'm going with Seahawks right now. Who do you guys hate the most? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The Raiders are playing tonight. We can't hate on the Raiders. Mitch is going to be doing some Raider stuff later on. What's going on with McKinnon? Ooh, that's an old question. He can't stay healthy. His knee, I believe it's the knee. I can't even remember at this point. You sign him in the offseason. He never got healthy. He might not play again, is what I remember hearing, is that like he's so messed up from the lower body down that he might not even play again. Thank goodness we have Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman and Jeff Wilson Jr. to really hold down the fort, because let me just say this. We would have had McKinnon with the other running backs we have. It's almost too many. You know, you can't give everybody the ball. I'm not saying it's good that he got injured, but it's almost too many. What do you think is more likely to happen? Kyle Shanahan winning Coach of the Year, or Jimmy G winning Comeback Player of the Year? 100% Kyle Shanahan winning Coach of the Year. Although I'm trying to think of other players who are coming back from injury who could win Comeback Player of the Year over Jimmy G. I can't think of any right now, because J.J. Watt got injured. He was playing well, and so it wouldn't be J.J. Watt. I think it would be, because Carson Wentz was injured last year, but he's not playing as well as Jimmy Garoppolo, and he doesn't have any wins as Jimmy Garoppolo. So I would probably go, he's got a good shot, but Kyle Shanahan for sure would be winning Coach of the Year right now. Again, 11-plus games, Shanahan is going to do it. Seattle is overrated with no defense, no threat to me. Okay, this is true to a point. Seattle's the 25th ranked defense in the National Football League. It's not the Legion of Boom we're familiar with when Richard Sherman was there. It is like the 4th ranked offense, though. So the best defense we played so far this year is the Rams, and so they held us to 20 points, and they're like I think they're a top 10, like 8 to 9 range, maybe 12, I can't remember. But the best offense we played this year, I'm trying to even think what was a good offense we played this year. Oh, it was probably Carolina. We absolutely stomped on Carolina. Seattle's the number 4 ranked offense and the number 25th ranked defense. So it's not a good defense, but it is a good offense. But they're going up against our number 1 defense, so we should be fine. We'll see. Again, .com/bet. Use your promo code 49ers. Get your bets in now. This is the thing. If you haven't used our Bet the Aside code yet, you've missed out on a ton of winning over the first 8 weeks. So there are 8 more games to go, essentially. Get in on the winnings, guys. I'm telling you, it's like free money, essentially, if you guys are betting correctly and winning. 120% deposit bonus. They hook you up. Promo code 49ers. Use it or lose it. I'm telling you guys to use it right now. Okay, keep getting your questions in. Oh, Julio Jones to the Niners. Wow. We really want other star wide receivers here, don't we? That would cost multiple first-round draft picks, or at least 1, for sure. It would be expensive to get Julio Jones. I'd like to see it. And didn't, I think Jerry Rice went on Good Morning Football the other day and kind of lobbied for it. I'd love to see it, but again, I don't think Atlanta's going to get rid of him. He is aging, too. We got to remember that. He's 31, 32, and you got to pay him what? It's like a $20 million a year contract. It's a lot of money. So, again, I think Sanders is going to be okay, and I think once you get Pettis back and Deebo Samuel year 2, that's pretty good. You always draft another one this offseason, spend a 3rd-round draft pick instead of doing a 1st-round draft pick. Oh, my goodness, Gunner, we are so obsessed with wide receivers. Dez to the 49ers. I don't think so. Obviously, we haven't heard anything because he just tweeted on Twitter earlier yesterday saying that he's going to come back. But I think he said, if I remember the tweet right, he's going to come back, like he's going to reach out 2 weeks from now. So he's going to be cheap. It's like 120 or 1.25 million is what he signed for with the Saints. Maybe you give him less than that, veteran minimum, whatever you want to do. But yeah, 2 weeks from now, sure. Listen, I'll just say this. If they signed him, there would be no complaint from me. But I just don't see them doing it. There are a lot of other, because they addressed it with Emmanuel Sanders, there are other teams that really could use Dez Bryant over the 49ers. I think they're going to be okay. And again, you're adding in another controversial piece to the locker room deep inside of a, not playoff run, but we're almost to a playoff run. You really want to mess with the vibes inside the locker room in case Dez decides to do that, because the circus would come with him. ESPN reports and the cameras would be all over us, and so I don't know. We'll see. I'm fine with it not happening, but at the same time, we'll see what happens. How do you see Kyle game planning for the Ravens who just beat the New England Patriots? That's going to be, it could be the game of the year, because you're talking about our defense, which has been great against the run, against a team that is running the football at an elite rate in Baltimore. How do you see them game planning for it? Again, you load the box. This is when Quan Alexander would be sorely missed, because he can chase after Lamar Jackson. He can spy Lamar Jackson. Obviously, Fred Warner will do that as well. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, it's like an immovable object versus a, what is the other thing that they say? Versus an unstoppable force. Because you got the running game of Baltimore going up against our run defense. And it's in Baltimore, too, which New England saw is pretty tough. What is happening with Trent Taylor? That's a good question. We haven't heard from Trent Taylor in a while. I think he's still on IR. So I don't know any soon, and they don't have a roster spot open for him right now either. So that's a good question. I'm not sure what the deal is. They haven't talked about him in a while, so it must mean he's been on injury reserve for a while. What's your opinion about Dante Pettis? Good or bad? Well, it's bad for a long time. He played well in the Cardinal game, so it's like, All right, well, let's see what happens. I said, again, I always call myself out whenever I'm wrong. I said that Pettis would be the #1 wide receiver on this team preseason, and that was completely like swing and a miss. That was dumb. He's been awful early, but I think with Sanders being there, a lot of the defenses keep keying in on Emmanuel Sanders, opens up more for Pettis. We'll see what happens. Who's our best rookie from 2015 to 2019? Oh, my goodness, jeez. We've drafted really well, so your guess is as good as mine. I mean, Bosa has a real chance to be the best rookie going forward, I think. I think he's an easy pick. And let me just say this. Justin School is not going to be the best rookie pick we've had over the next 3 or 4 years, but we might have just found a star left tackle for the next 10 years, which is hard to do in the National Football League. What he has done, severely underrated, holding down the left side for Joe Staley. Now, Staley's probably going to play on Sunday, but Staley's getting old. He's not going to play 5 more years, 2, maybe 3. They might have done a job in this draft where they got a star edge rusher for the next 10 years and a star left tackle for the next 10 years. That is unheard of and almost impossible in today's NFL. Clap it up. Huge congratulations to John Lynch, because they have a steal in Justin School and a baller in sorry, I'm reading the question. A baller in Bosa. 49ers, please stop the Brady to Niners junk. Brady is going to retire. This was interesting because we did a video on this a couple weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and it blew up. So the report was, and this is from ESPN's Adam Schefter, saying that Brady, if he plays next year, would more than likely not be playing for the Patriots, which was like, wait, what? And then you read, and there was multiple websites like CBS Sports and NBC, and they were saying an option. So we did a video because we do rumor videos, and it's like, what do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys had to think about that. And most people said no because he's so old. And I would say no as well because you obviously want Jimmy Garoppolo over Brady. But it was just very interesting because he grew up a big Joe Montana fan. He was at the Catch game, actually, fun fact. Tom Brady was at that game as a kid. I think that's right. And he would love to play for the team that Joe Montana played for. But again, yeah, I'm with you, Kerry. Let's just stop this because Jimmy G's balling out. He's fine. He's young, which is important because Brady, no matter how nimble he is, he's still like 60 years old, so I'm fine with no Tom Brady going forward. Hey, follow me on Twitter real quick. At RealThomasMod on Twitter. Give me a follow. Han C, which combo do you like better? I can't read what that says at the beginning. Brian Young or Justin Smith and Aldon Smith. Oh, I see. Oh, man. Aldon Smith was pretty good until he wasn't, That's an interesting question right there. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Which combination you guys think? Justin Smith, Aldon Smith combination could be interesting. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Would 49ers, it's an interesting question. We get Michael Crabtree back. Do you guys want Michael Crabtree? I don't think Richard Sherman wants Michael Crabtree back on this team. No, I would not want Michael Crabtree. It's a fun question, though. It's Orlando Ventura. Michael Crabtree, we forget that he was great at Texas Tech, and then he was a decent receiver for us back during the Kaepernick days. But no more. I am good. I do not want Colin Kaepernick. Or sorry, I don't want Michael Crabtree on this team. No way! Shoutouts from Iraq. Are you kidding me? Ronaldo Cabrera. Okay, everyone pause and give Ronaldo big thanks for watching here from Iraq. That is unbelievable. Stay safe out there. I would bet you are a part of the military, so thank you very much for your service. If not, though, still, thanks for tuning in from Iraq. Can we surpass the 1990 49ers with 11 straight wins or more? Boy, keep going back to the win total here. Okay, so we're at 8. We beat Seattle, we're 9. We beat the Colts, we're 10. So then we beat the Packers at Levi Stadium to get to 11. It's possible. Got to beat Seattle first, though. I'm still convinced that this Seattle Seahawks game is going to be the hardest one of the season, besides maybe Baltimore on the road. Well, get the Saints on the road, too. Whew, I don't know. Can we do it? Yes, for sure we can. Will we do it? We'll see. I think 13-3. If I'm going to guess the record, 13-3. Although we do see this with teams who are like 8-0 going forward, that they tend to kind of drop at least 4. So 12-4 is very, very likely. 13-3, 12-4. That is probably a very likely one right there. All right, most underrated sports channel on YouTube. Yes, it is. Although we're not that underrated because we're growing massively every single week. So if you want to help out, subscribe and follow me on Twitter right there. That's my Twitter handle, @RealThomasMod. I would appreciate you guys following me there as we try to build up that as well. It is underrated. I do appreciate that. AJ Kyles, how do you think the Niners would be if when Alex got cleared him over Kaepernick? It's a little cut off. I think it says, how do you think the Niners would be if when Alex got cleared, we started him over Colin Kaepernick? Jeez, that's a real question. I'll say this, because I have always been, and I differ from a lot of people on Colin Kaepernick. I do think that Kaepernick was a product of the times. We forget that no one had really done the read option until Colin Kaepernick, and he ran it so well that the Packers just, remember those Packer games in the playoffs when we ran all over him? I honestly don't think Colin Kaepernick would be that good in the modern NFL. And so, I mean, they still went to the Super Bowl with him, though. But again, product of the times, product of the year. The read option right now is not exactly as productive. Now, Lamar Jackson does it kind of well, and Kyler Murray can do it at some point. But overall, we have an interesting question. Well, here you go. What do you guys think? What's your favorite 49er player of all time? Can we get anybody, and again, because it's easy to go Jerry Rice or Joe Montana or Steve Young, any obscure favorites? Give me your obscure favorite, not any of the three. Let me know what you guys think down. Oh, someone says Frank Gore. That's a good one right there. I saw that one. Frank Gore is really, really good. Ronnie Lott, yeah, I should have included him in the big three because he's awesome as well. Yeah, Frank Gore, who's still playing. He's still out there in Buffalo, so which is absolutely crazy. He's been an absolute legend. I was like a kid watching Frank Gore play, and now I'm an adult. Gore is still playing right now. Have you guys subscribed yet? YouTube.com/49ers TV. You're on it right now. There's a little red button. I think it's below me. Just click the red subscribe button. Have we gotten to 8,000 yet? I think we're close. So let me know what you guys, or go ahead and subscribe as we move on.